Jaren Hall, the time is now. And before we talk about him specifically, a quick trade deadline grade for Minnesota. I'm going to give it a C. Didn't really sway me one way or another. Trading away Ezra Cleveland to get a 6th round pick. You're talking about a starting caliber offensive lineman. Those are very valuable. Getting a 6th round pick for him, I understand if you want to say Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, you should have gotten more, but what worked against the Vikings was, number one, he's hurt, dealing with a foot injury. Number two, everyone is was aware that Dalton Reisner was going to be the starter the rest of the way. So yeah, Ezra Cleveland is a starting offensive lineman as far as any other team, maybe, but with Minnesota, everyone knows that you're not going to be committed to Ezra Cleveland, especially after this season. He's in a contract year. So you had all those things working against Minnesota. Maybe you could have gotten more, but I'm not really that worked up about it. I'm not worked up about it at all. Trading for Josh Dobbs, you wanted an insurance policy to Jaren Hall. If it's a disaster, then you want to go ahead and put him in, because he sure as hell, Josh Dobbs, a hell of a lot better than anything that Sean Mannion is going to give you. And lastly, not trading Danielle Hunter. If this ends up with the Vikings re-signing him to a new contract, great. If not, if in the offseason, if he ends up walking away after not trading him, that's a failure. So I'm going to say TBD, pending. As for Jaren Hall, the Jaren Hall era, however long it's going to last for, starts now. He was named the starter for next week's game on Sunday against Atlanta. And think about the waves of different scenarios that the Vikings have been in, and as it specifically relates to Jaren Hall. You started off 1-4, which, listen, this team is pure butt ass. Tank for Caleb Williams or Drake May. As for Jaren Hall, in that situation, as long as you're in Minnesota, best case for you is you're the backup, you're the QB2. And then you go on a 2-game win streak. You go to 3-4 before last week's game against Green Bay, and you're in the mix of things, and maybe you can make it to the playoffs. And as it relates to Jaren Hall, all right, Caleb Williams and Drake May likely out the picture now. Still draft the quarterback, second tier, say J.J. McCarthy. He and Jaren Hall can battle it out next year for the starting job in 2024. But the common denominator from both of those scenarios, door number one and door number two, was a healthy Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins plays the entire year. We're not talking about Jaren Hall at all. But now things have obviously changed. Kirk Cousins, he's out for the remainder of the season, and now we see exactly what he's capable of. We get the Jaren Hall experience. And you think about what he has going for him. Actually, before that, his skill set, he's really accurate and puts a beautiful arc on his passes. It's like one of those, like a Steph Curry shot. It's a 3-pointer for anybody else, sure, but it's something really majestic as far as how he does it. That applies to Jaren Hall and his passes. He's a dual threat quarterback. He can take off with his legs. You can expand the playbook, RPOs. You can run the bootleg play action passes. And his execution with body deception is really sharp. It's one of those things where, you know how, especially on RPOs, when you fake it to the running back and the defense, they shift towards the running back, but the quarterback still has the ball, does it so well to where I wouldn't even be surprised if at times the cameraman on game day, they follow the running back and they don't realize that, oh my God, Jaren Hall still has the ball. The play is going in the opposite direction. His body deception is so incredibly sharp that he has everything going for him for the most part anyway, because the offensive line, damn good, one of the best in the league in terms of pass protection. They are going to, I would imagine, have a little bit more aggression when it comes to protecting this guy, because with Kirk Cousins, it's one thing, he's a veteran, he's your captain, he's your leader, let's keep him upright. Now you go from him to this baby-faced ass rookie to where it's like, all right, bro, it's like trying to protect your little brother. On the opposite side, you got these bullies trying to take his head off. Let's put these dudes into the ground. So with this offensive line, Jaren Hall is going to have clean pockets to work with. He's got a nice collection of offensive weapons, even without Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Brandon Powell, KJ Osborne, TJ Hawkinson. That's more than enough, more than adequate. And he's going to have a defense that, especially considering the quality of quarterbacks that you're facing, I would say 4 out of the next 5 games, you have a solid defense that will create turnovers, giving Jaren Hall more and more opportunities to get back onto the field for more reps and to get better and better and more comfortable. And furthermore, specifically as it relates to Sunday's game against the Falcons, Jaren Hall has no film. The Falcons have no idea what to expect from this guy, talent alone, but also the play calling. You have no idea. Outside of the run game, Jaren Hall, combined with his talent, has everything going for him in his favor. And furthermore, something else I'm excited about seeing is that, first off, if everything clicks for him, Jaren Hall, as far as how it did for him in college at BYU, this could be some exciting stuff to see. But another thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is KOC's quarterback development. It's one thing to call plays for a veteran like Kirk Cousins, a blanket game plan, and all right, here's the play, go ahead and run it. You guys take care of it. You'll be fine. Jaren Hall is like a toddler who, up to this point, mini camp, training camp, preseason, practice, basically a toddler riding a bike with training wheels. Well, now the training wheels come off. He's going to need you, Kevin O'Connell, to stabilize him. If he falls on his face, get him back up. I'm excited to see the quarterback development of Kevin O'Connell, the game plan, the play calling. How is that going to work with this guy? Because as long as it goes right, this could be exciting. This could be one of those situations to where I think the ceiling for this is if everything just gels together smoothly, if everything gels together, the upside to this is he could be pretty good. If not, if he falls on his face and it doesn't work out and you've got a 3-4 game sample size and there's no progression, no improvement whatsoever, then you go ahead and play Josh Dobbs, in which case the season is over. I hope that we never see Josh Dobbs in a Vikings uniform on the football field ever. I want to see Jaren Hall. In my perfect world, Jaren Hall starts the rest of the year. This could be so exciting. The Jaren Hall era starts right now.